Is taking you to the best events all around. Where you're standing, where you're performing, or where you're attending. This, ladies and gentlemen, is RoX-TV, the #1 music network. Your entertainment network. Wrestling, music, movies, TV shows, Netflix, Hulu, Amazon Prime, and more. For your viewing pleasure, we review it. We give you the updates on everything that is upcoming here at RoX-TV. And if you're not down with that, fuck what you think. We'll be seeing you guys wherever it is you are.
Hey, this is Mayor Bob Odenkirk of Joliet, and you're watching RoX-TV.
RoX-TV, the only place you're gonna get shit like this, baby.
For new music television.
Oh, hi America. My name is King Gordy.
You are watching RoX-TV.
Watching RoX-TV.
Yo, what up, though? It's your boy, the Vince McMahon of Instagram. Bar Wars Rap Battle. Shout out to RoX-TV, man.
Yo, man, it's the Shaggy Too Dope in this bitch. I might be dope, but I ain't as dope as RoX-TV. You know what I'm saying? Check out RoX-TV, you motherfucker, you.
Once bitten, twice big. You are watching RoX-TV. Stay tuned. There'll be more.
RoX-TV, your link to the underground and to the mainstream, yo.
Are we live? We are live, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Sid Jones. I'm joined here by Casper. Unfortunate for me, but fortunate for you guys. Casper will be at the gathering. I'm so happy you're the one that's fucking going, because I tell you, from all the shit that we had to deal with today, all that shit at the studio, and us having to come down here into our fucking bunker. Fuck that, dude. No, absolutely. That was some crazy shit. I have never in my life. I've been on this planet 29 years, hit by flashbang, hit by tear gas, chased down by cops, but I've never been chased down by fucking juggalos in face paint.
That's what happens when you talk shit, dude.
I get talking shit, but to show up in a mob like that, now I'd expect maybe 1 or 2 juggalos banging on the glass, but having Fago thrown at you by multiple of these motherfuckers is completely and utterly unacceptable.
They throw Fago at each other all the time.
Let them throw it at them. Let them throw it at them.
Jesus, buddy.
You didn't
You
have
had a bad
Fago
day, didn't you?
You didn't have Fago thrown at you.
Did anybody give you your Lunchable today?
As a matter of fact, no, they didn't. And I wanted my damn snack pack pudding, not the Jell-O.
I mean, they're made by the same company, aren't they?
Yes, but pudding versus Jell-O. Do you not understand the difference? Of course not. You're not a child.
I mean,
So, anyways, Casper, I got a question for you, and I haven't had a chance to ask you this. I did an article on this. Boss takes it down. Go figure. But I want to ask you, for all the juggalos out there, and don't worry, I got my checklist right here. What does a juggalo mean to you, and what are the standards and guidelines for being one? I'd like to ask.
oh, I can't. I've had this conversation with you so many times, man. So there's no guidelines or anything like that. It's more of how someone lives.
I'm listening. No, tell me more about how somebody lives. Go on.
If you're someone that doesn't care what other people think about you, and you think that every single other person around you is just as equal to you, and they care about you just as much as the other person, and they treat you like a family member no matter who you are, what you look like, where you come from, what your background is, you can be who the fuck you want to be, I'll be who the fuck I want to be, and we can love each other and who the fuck.
So
Be who you want to be. That's all it is.
So let me get this straight. Being a juggalo
That's
is
my
about
opinion.
is about being a family member, not unlike the mafia, by the way, completely and utterly nonviolent, being accepting of whoever you are and whatever your background is, punk rockers, by the way, who have been around much longer than the fucking Juggalos, because Juggalos didn't come around until the Insane Clown Posse came along.
Where is all the hate coming from, bud?
You didn't have Fago thrown at you.
Yes, I did. It was awesome.
Yeah. But at a studio where you're trying to work, conduct your business. So now, from now on, we're doing the show at 6:30. We are not doing it at 4:20 because I'm not even a stoner. It doesn't mean any goddamn thing to me whatsoever. Like, here, we're going to do the show at 4:20 because of stoners. Well, one, we have a market of people that are actually straight edge, number one. Number two, I don't smoke. So what does 4:20 mean to me or anybody else? No, we got to start making changes around here. And as per my contract, I do have creative freedom and I do have a say. See, that's what happens when you throw a fucking fit while I talk shit with these motherfuckers dressed up in face paint, because you get to go and witness these guys bawl their eyes out over thy unveiling for the 500th time. It's so beautiful. And meanwhile, I get to sit home in my AC and watch from the comfort of my laptop or my cell phone. I get to go to Black Flag, which I'm very excited about, by the way. It's on August 20th at Harpo's. I get to go and have my fun while you deal with whoop whoops for 4 fucking straight days, bruh. And if you think I got an issue with the music, I did a top 10 Insane Clown Posse songs just to remind people, just to remind people that I'm still a fan of the Insane Clown Posse. Now, there's another artist that I fuck with. His name is Maximum Overload. His tracks are up on Spotify, and I actually fucked with his music, believe it or not. So, before people say, he hates us because he doesn't like our music, I'd like to remind you all that I've been a fan of the music for quite some time. I just don't fit in with this new Juggalo shit that's like, oh, we're now hippies. We are now going to tell you what you can and cannot do. I think that shit's fucking ridiculous, and it's fucking embarrassing, and they should be ashamed of themselves. I'll fuck with the old school Juggalos, man, where it's like, it's about the music, bro. It's about, hanging out, having a good time, and listening to some good tunes and shit like that. No. Now you've got the 10 Commandments, a thing, by the way. I can read them to you if you'd like. Have you not heard of the Juggalo 10 Commandments? I thought you might have. You want to know who created? You haven't?
No, I haven't.
Oh, okay. I was just gonna say. So with these new breeds of fucking, I don't even know what to call them, fangirls. Let's call them fangirls. They've decided, it's no longer Juggalos. Oh, we got to throw the name Juggalette out there. I'm like, that's cute and adorable. And then we let that shit slide. And next thing you know, it turns into a fucking mini hippie movement. Whatever happened to testicular fortitude, dignity, and pride? That just went to the wayside. Not unlike Warped Tour, I'd like to add. Now, while me being a punk rocker of the old school, hence my Germs armband, by the way, the Germs being a huge staple in actual punk music, we got a guy, Kevin Lyman, now, who has decided that Warped Tour needs to be more friendly. It needs to have a lot more love, and it needs to be more accepting, and we can't have bands calling people fat cows because that might hurt feelings. It not unlike the Juggalo scene. I'm seeing the correlation, which I could make a statement of, but I'm pretty sure I've taken things maybe slightly just too far for your tasting, because you're kind of looking at me like, I don't understand a goddamn thing he's saying.
I'm just wondering where all the hate's coming from.
It boils up, and by the way, Anger is an Energy, I'd like to remind you. Great book if you had not read it, from the great Johnny Rotten, which, by the way, shouts out to my boy Inquisitor, all the way from England, one of my original followers, by the way. Get this, I started my YouTube channel, the first guy I get is from England of all places, because people in other countries seem to make more sense than the people here. They seem to have a lot more logic and understanding, which is why I came up with the idea of Switzerland. It is not about borders, and it is not about, Switzerland, absolutely. So what I came up with is, instead of it being about just music or about borders or like who somebody is, let's not make it about people with some dignity and some anger to them, where they're like, yes, I stand up for this. Yes, I oppose this, and I will voice it. It is about having a voice and not being told with contingencies, no, you can and cannot do this. No, you must do this. It's not about dictating somebody else's life
or living by a guideline set of rules, but just pure fucking human decency. I've got people that I'm friends with that like country music. They like heavy metal music. Some of my friends are deep into politics. I got other friends that are very anti-system. And all of them have a place in a place like Switzerland, where it's not just a state of mind, but it's a group of people that can truly stand for something that they truly believe in. And I feel like the Juggalos had lost their way on that. I'm waiting.
You prepared a speech today, buddy. You've been practicing, haven't you? Like,
I have been wanting to say this.
I haven't seen you like what, two weeks, something like that.
3 weeks. 3 weeks.
It's been that long.
It's been that long. We haven't done a show together. Yeah, it's been 3 weeks. It was the Bizarre Show.
Holy shit! Yeah, it was.
It was the Bizarre Show. Yeah, because you did 2 shows without me since then.
I did.
You did 2 shows without me since then.
I have the worst memory in the world.
I know you do. Weed does that to you.
Yeah, it really does.
See, I remain sharp and tact, and I'll tell you why. It's no hatred towards stoners. I implore people to do drugs, smoke what they want, do what they want, as long as it doesn't impede on me. Much like rulers and things like that, they can go and do what they want. Do not impede on me. It's kind of like those same people that wave the "Don't Tread on Me" flag, but it's not misconstrued with the flag that there's a Blue Lives Matter fucking flag blowing under the wind. That, you know, we can't have people being defacing the American flag, but if we put a blue line on it, it's totally cool. Bootlickers. I've talked enough. I think it's your turn.
Well, goddamn, man. I had absolutely no idea that you had all of this grr built up inside you for the last 3 weeks.
When we spoke when we got here, after the incident at the studio, I asked you, "Are you sure you're prepared for this? Because I don't think you quite are." And you say, "Oh man, I got it. You do you, man. I got me. I can do this." And I'm starting to see you being like, "Oh, maybe not."
Oh, don't think I'm backing down and that you're like upsetting me or I'm intimidated in some sort of way. I had no idea that you had this anger built up inside of you.
I'm always angry. You know, it's kind of like that movie, The Avengers. You know, he's like when he says, you know, how'd you manage to control your anger? I'm always angry.
Is your vest your superpower? Like you put it on and it gives you?
No. My vest is a symbol. And everything on it is a symbol. It symbolizes, you know, all my relationships, drink, fight, fuck. The germs, which is Darby Crash's, all of his philosophies, which actually came from people like Friedrich Nietzsche and so on. If you have not read Friedrich Nietzsche, I strongly recommend Thus Spoke Zarathustra. Great book. Bad Religion, whom I've always had admiration for. I just finished their book, Anarchy Evolution, written by Greg Graffin. I don't expect you to know who these people are. Nope. But Greg Graffin, he was a scientist and did all these different things in biology along with doing punk rock music. And he was questioning religion and authority and things like that, but by being an intelligent individual, and how anarchy is actually like a form of an evolution, like it's part of an evolutionary state. It's a brilliant read. I strongly suggest it. And then I've got other authors that I read. You know, there's a song called "I Was a Teenage Anarchist." One of my favorite lines is, "I knew all the authors. I knew the right slogans. There was a war on the class war, and I was ready to set the world on fire." It's actually a song from Against Me. I'm not expecting you to know that song either. They did the song "Baby, I'm an Anarchist," because baby, I'm an anarchist. You're a spineless liberal. We marched together for the 8-hour day and held hands in the streets of Seattle. But when it came time to throw bricks to that Starbucks window, you left me all alone, all alone. You thought I was joking. You thought I was joking. I was screaming "Kill Whitey" at the top of my lungs at the cops in the cars and the man in the suits. No, I won't take your hand and marry the state. That's my favorite line. My other one is for my brother. That song, front to back, is great, but it was a band that later on was like, you know, anarchy meant nothing. It was just something, you know, I was a teenage anarchist, basically. The music video was in slow motion of this punk rocker, like, running away from cops. It's great.
Me? I'm just shocked, dude. This is like, I had no idea. So, like,
Charlotte Golden said this dude is not very punk rock.
Not at all. Almost did today, but it won't be a gathering.
Yeah, thankfully. Yeah. Just wow. So okay. Like I said, I had absolutely no idea that you had an agenda for today. So
Let me remind you of one thing.
What is your whole point of this?
Let me remind you of one thing. I always have an agenda. I always have an ulterior motive. Remember what I said about the Juggalos? I will always outsmart them. I'll always be 5 moves ahead. Always, no matter what. Chance favors the prepared mind. One of my favorite quotes of all time from a Steven Seagal film. You don't need to see it. It was Under Siege 2, Dark Territory, so nothing to... although, fun fact, Morris Chestnut was in that movie and then later on played another Steven Seagal film called Half Past Dead years later where he was actually the bad guy. So in Under Siege 2, he was the good guy. And then he plays as a bad guy and opposes Steve. And he doesn't even look like the same person. It's pretty miraculous. It's just one of those things I wanted to point out. But no, having an agenda and having something to fight for and fight against, I always feels like reminds you that you're still alive and that there's other people that feel the same way that you do. Now, I implore people to argue with me. As a matter of fact, the people that give me death threats, the people that charged me at that building, I still got all the love and admiration for them. I admire them for having that to be like, I'm coming after this motherfucker. This dude in a fucking studded vest, and I'm putting a fucking bid on his mohawk. That's some balls, dude. Like, I got nothing but love for some shit like that. When people I stand up against Sid, there was one guy I was talking to, and he says, I don't like anything you say, but I respect you for saying them and for being open to other people's opinions, thoughts. And that's what I've always been about. Always having a platform where everybody gets a voice. That's one of the things that I loved about this country was that at one point everyone did have a voice. But now when you voice something, people chop it up, they cut it up, and they re-upload it, and they throw it to some fucking, Vine, YouTube, whatever the fuck, and then they completely butcher what you're saying. So not only do you not have free speech anymore, but now you've got people that are like, oh, this doesn't quite fit what I believe, so I have to make some adjustments. It's pretty fucking pretty cowardly when you think about it, because that means that they need it to fit their opinion instead of arguing an opinion. And that's one of the things I love about RoX-TV, man. We read the comments. We pay attention to what people are saying. People messaging me thinking I'm from another country and sending me death threats. I love it, by the way. It makes me laugh. That one was hilarious.
Wait,
but
they think we're actually in another country?
No, me.
Just you?
Yeah, just me. I was for the flag burning post I did on the 4th of July.
How do we do shows like this if you're in another country?
Right. Well, that's what I was trying to figure out. I'm like, there was somebody who saw my post on the flag burning on the 4th of July and they assumed that I was from another country, I guess, because of the flag burning, not realizing
okay.
that I'm actually...
I get it.
Jake Waffle says, this looks like Casper with a buy some weed, but his dealer wouldn't let him use it.
I know that kind of... That's perfect, though.
So let me ask you, Casper, what got you involved in this whole gathering, wanting to do it? Because I know you were there last year. Please spare me of that acid story and tell me something.
I won't tell you the acid story again.
Oh, thank fuck.
She says, Sid, shut the fuck up.
What's up, Blase? Much love to you, too. And how am I supposed to shut the fuck up? I'm paid to be talking. But go on with your answer, sir.
I don't know who's calling what. I don't know, but what was the question?
I asked you, what made you want to get involved in the whole gathering thing in the first place?
All the people, man. It's all about the people. The people. I've met so many fucking people in the last year. I can't wait to see them all again and just have fun and chill and hang out with everybody. And just be free and do whatever the fuck we want.
Oh, it'd be nice if the world was like that all the time. Without scrutiny and persecution.
It's only for that amount of time.
Right.
There's so many people that go to the gathering because they have all of these lives that are so minute and they feel so trapped and they can't get out and they just do the same thing over and over. But one weekend a year, they go to the gathering and it is the most amazing thing they do.
Iron crosses was a sign of independence.
Okay, I can't even say that because I was like 12 and I had a wallet that had that on there and I had Iron Cross on my shirts and shit like that. It's just a cool design.
And the Iron Cross was actually the German Medal of Honor. Had nothing to do with Nazis. If somebody would actually learn their history, that'd be awesome. But I mean, I guess history's been kind of like misconstrued and watered down as of late. But my other question is, what are you looking forward to this guy? Other than the people, let's be real. What event are you looking forward to the most?
The Asylum Benefit Show, actually. The very, very... We kick off the music shit that's going on at the Asylum Benefit Show. It is on the 21st, or the 31st, I believe.
It's
the
the
first
31st.
day, 2 to 6.
How am I the one?
That medical was
How
really fucking good that I ate earlier. I am high as shit, so I apologize. But it's the Asylum Benefit Show. It's got me and Trey Pound and Scrub Central and Kovacs and D Lyrical and Suicide. It just gonna be. It's going to kick off the gathering the right way, and there's going to be raffles and gift baskets and all kinds of come hang out party, and it's going to be fucking awesome. That's honestly the thing that I'm looking forward to more than anything.
Exciting stuff, really.
I'm sorry, I talked for 45 seconds, and you've been rambling on for the last 10 minutes.
I'm sorry. I was kind of hoping that you'd talk about something like, I don't know, Vinny Paz being at the gathering, or Rude Boy versus Violent J, or a Juggalesque contest.
I know that Juggalesque I am going to be at that Juggalesque contest because I know quite a few people that are going to be in that contest, and it's going to be so very fun. Trey Pound is hosting the one that you're talking about, right?
Right.
There's a bunch of fucking events that are on there, but you asked me which one I'm looking forward to the most tonight.
I know. I just kind of thought that maybe you'd have like, oh, well, I can't give just one answer, but you managed to. So that just tells me how thrilling the gathering must be. Aside from all the people that they understand how I feel, and it feels so nice to finally be understood and be around my people. It's great for you, man. I'm happy, honestly. But by the way you described it, it sounded terrible. So on to the next topic here that I want to ask you about the gathering of the Juggalos. How long is it this year?
3 days, 4 days, depending on if people get there the day before. They're told not to get there the day before because they will be turned away. I guess they're still got to get ready and prepare on Friday morning from what I've been seeing. But a lot of people get there early the night before and hang out and party before they open up the gates and then get inside. And then it goes on until whenever people really leave. Some people stay there for like weeks afterwards sometimes, or at least stay in the area until they can work their way back to where they're from. You leave and you see people with signs saying, hey, I'm going in this direction. Can I get a ride at least in that way 100 miles? It's crazy. But they find ways to get to wherever they got to go because the people are willing to help them out in any way that they can.
Adorable.
Isn't it? It's so cute.
Let's talk about something else.
Hey there. Welcome to Once Bitten, Twice Baked. Hey, my name is Oak, like the trees. We've got over 40 products in our lineup of edible and infused products. So whether you want to hop, fly, get bitten, twisted, hazed, or blazed, it's 420 somewhere. Come on through, let's get united.
Are we back now?
We're back now.
Okay, sorry, we had to do a quick little commercial there for a second. So, we're going to take a breather here for a second. Do we have any news that we need to move on to? Instead of, like, no more personal agenda or anything like that. No more trying to, hey, I want you to hate me. Just any news.
You know, I kind of thought you'd come in here as, like, their safe haven and their Superman.
What?
Yeah, I kind of thought that maybe you'd be like, you know, man, no, you completely misunderstand the Juggalos. You're completely wrong about them, but you didn't. So that's cool. Kill Bill Volume 3 is being
discussed. It's hard to comprehend what you're saying. Because
I spoke English. So anyway, Kill Bill Volume 3, which has been discussed for forever. I honestly don't think we'll ever see Kill Bill Volume 3, and I'll tell you why. Tarantino and Uma Thurman have been talking about doing this film since the original. They always said they were going to make it a 3-part film. Kill Bill Volume 1 and 2 was supposed to be combined into one movie, though. People don't know that. There wasn't supposed to be a Part 1, Part 2. I think it's
they
just...
cut out that one scene a lot in Part 2 with all of the ninjas that come through, and they cut out, like, it's hard to find the version that's not in black and white or something like that, where it's actually color and it's all blood all over the place and shit.
Well, they did a re-release of it where they played both of the Kill Bill films, and they gave it a different title, and they showed everything, but they have cut, like, they've either cut scenes short. If you get the director's cut, it's the full-length film. But, again, just talking about Kill Bill 3 here, they've been talking about doing that for a while. And I don't think that it'll ever... I think it's just an idea that they constantly play with. I mean, there's rumors that this will be Tarantino's last film, but he also said he needed to do one more Western film to become a Western director that he wanted to do, and he wanted to do only 10 films.
Did he just do that Hollywood film?
Yep, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
And then he put out a list of 10 movies to watch before you watch that movie. Did you see that?
Which one was it?
Tarantino put out a list of 10 different movies that he wants you to watch before you go and watch that Once Upon a Time in Hollywood movie.
I have not seen this.
Yeah, just Google it. I don't remember. I knew like 2 of them that were on there.
Probably abstract films. He was a fan of like 30s and 40s. He probably even made a mention to Hail Caesar, which is a comedy done by the Coen brothers. They were the guys that did Big Lebowski. So something a little more up my alley here, because I've been wanting to talk about this.
Okay. I want to talk about a lot from the sound of it, bud.
ASAP Rocky is being held in Swedish custody for assault. Your thoughts?
I'm trying to figure out exactly what it was from something. I guess it was told that his bodyguard picked it, like went to choke slam him. He grabbed him by the throat and lifted it up in the air. And then he shoved something into his stomach, and that's all they caught on the camera. I don't exactly know what the hell it is that happened, but I guess the guy that was in the fight isn't getting charged at all for anything.
Yeah, so the people are saying that, well, it's just because A$AP Rocky is a rapper. Hip-hop's just violent, guys. Hip-hop's just violent. No, I honestly think that what it was is he broke a crime in Sweden, and that they held him, and now he's got to hold up to their courts and their law. It'd be the same thing if somebody came over here, broke one of our laws, they'd be in our custody.
What did the other guy do, though? He didn't break any kind of laws?
Apparently not to the Swedish government. I mean, look what happens out here, man. We got cops that shoot people down in the streets, and they don't get prosecuted. I mean, hell, there was just one guy. He didn't even get he didn't even end up having a trial. He just got away. He didn't end up getting indicted. That's the phrase I was looking for. He didn't get indicted. So yeah, A$AP Rocky broke the law now because of Donald Trump's daughter's request. They wanted him back in the United States, and that's just not happening. When you break a law, no matter where you're at, that's where you got to face the laws. If we broke a law in Texas, guess where we're going for court?
Donald Trump's daughter's request?
Yep.
What the hell?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Donald Trump doesn't even know who A$AP Rocky is.
So, I don't even know anything. I don't follow shit like that because I don't really care about, like,
well, that's not part of the problem or anything. But, yeah, so essentially A$AP Rocky and my thoughts on it is simply that you break a law wherever you're at, and that's the system you got to face, man. Like, it sucks, but what can you do?
Well, yeah, but how much of it actually is righteous? Like, how many times do they actually give a proper punishment for whatever the sentence
Dude, it's
might
Sweden.
be?
It's not like they're going to behead somebody. Did you see A$AP Rocky's jail cell, dude? It's got cushion, and it's actually even Mars, which by the way we'll be talking about Mars here in a minute. He posted a picture of A$AP Rocky in his jail cell, and he goes, "Damn, that looks better than some of the green rooms I've been in." He's like, "Damn, that actually looks pretty fucking cozy. I don't know what you guys are bitching about. Come back to the United States. Why? So you can sit there on a fucking slab of cement? No thanks." Mars also apparently had his girlfriend listen to his new track that's coming off of his new album, and she said, "Wow, that's fucked up. Like, that's some dark shit." And he goes, "I guess she's not familiar with some of the older shit that I've done for you guys. You guys wanted the dark shit, expect it on my next album." So that's dope. That's solid. I'm really excited about that. Happy for Mars. I fuck with that guy. That dude was actually my mentor. I used to work for Juggalo News prior to RoX-TV back in 2012, and he was my boss.
I've heard. You told me.
Okay, I did tell you that.
Yep.
Well, at least, what's going on in the chat, Rox?
People still hate him.
No, look, listen. I'm gonna explain to the chat right now. I am not a fascist nor a racist. Never have been. Never will be. As a matter of fact, a lot of the people that I admire are people that had stood up for all the right things, such as Martin Luther King, which is one of the reasons why I'm wearing this shirt, which is nobody is commenting on, probably because they can't see it. It says, "I have a dream," with the Capitol building burning. Martin Luther King was, and the reason why I respected him so much is because he led people to their rights, fought for their rights, and died for it. Like, that's somebody who I truly love and respect and admire. You cannot take it away from the man. And also, wasn't I just a hype man for, what's his name? Can you remind me?
Gordy.
King Gordy, right?
Yep, King Gordy.
Okay, I just want to make sure that people...
That was classic. That whole performance with you as the hype man.
when we were doing Grimy?
Please watch it. Please watch. Just watch Gordy look over.
Waiting for the hook.
Every time.
I know. I thought he was just looking at me as kind of like part of the stage performance thing, and then somebody explained. You explained to me afterwards that was not the case, and I was like, well, shit. Didn't fuck it up though, did I?
No. No.
So, I mean, that's one of the things I want to talk to you about too. And that's a great little segue there. Summer Rap Jam.
That's fun.
Oh, that was that. I think I had more fun than anybody else there when that dude jumped off the stage. Come on, let's talk about it.
Really?
Yes, we have to, because when I was on a roll and you're like, it's not gonna happen at Summer Rap Jam. There's podcasts, radio shows, me talking on my laptop, us doing our radio shows at the studio that I destroyed. We're all sitting there, we're all talking like, man, there's ain't gonna be violence at Summer Rap Jam. And guess what?
Yeah, I hate violence at our shows, dude.
I do too. I'm not saying
hate it. And I was the first one to run and break it up.
You
because
did.
Everybody's seen it.
You did.
And they scattered backwards, and they're like, oh, shit. It was like animals attacking. Everybody's like, oh, fuck. And I'm like, yo, no, because I thought it was part of the set for a minute. Because I wasn't paying any fucking attention. I was trying to work my shit.
Right.
And all I know is this guy runs over to the booth, and he starts wailing on this guy, and this other guy comes strolling over, looking around at his buddy, and nails him in the face. I said, no. I was mad. I hate violence at our shows, man.
I was just trying to tell you to raise your microphone.
Hate violence at our shows. Hate it.
You know,
no, get the fuck out of here. We don't have that shit at our shows.
And now you understand. I'm all for violence in a pit. It's called a mosh pit for a reason.
That was a straight up fight.
Right.
Apparently, I found out that I guess it was something that had been brewing for a while, and it just so happened to boil over at our show.
Right, and that's one of the things I try and tell people too when it comes to violence in hip hop, and why I said that hip hop was more violent than punk. Take away the mosh pit, take away inside the venue. Punks are not driving down, gunning people in the street. A 19-year-old woman sitting in the front seat of her car, hit by a stray bullet. That's a hip hop mentality that I still stand by, that I'm trying to raise awareness of, where it's like people like you who broke up that fight, who said this is wrong, and you stood in. That's what I'm telling people to do, brother. See, when I look at individuals and I look at the music that's made, I'll sit there and listen to a song called Talk Shit, Get Shot. I'll drive down the street happily listening to that. I love violent lyrics. What I don't like is things like that happen. That dude heckled somebody. Bill Burr's been heckled. He didn't jump off a stage and punch somebody in the face. You don't know who Bill Burr is.
I know who Bill Burr is.
Oh, wow, okay.
I know that one.
That took me by surprise.
Nope, I knew that one.
Because you didn't know the Stanfields, you didn't know the history of the Germs, which, by the way, the Iron Cross plays into the history of the Germs. It was something that Darby Crash used to wear around his neck, which is why I got these, was for Darby, who's somebody who I truly respect. He, like I said, he was the one who actually got me interested in Friedrich Nietzsche's writing, which I implore people to read. Thus spoke Zarathustra, and so just to get a new perspective on people in philosophy, because those are the people, man. Yeah, they perish, but we can still live on. Like, with them. Why do you think rap artists are always doing like cover songs, or doing tribute songs or whatever? It's so that way the memory's kept alive. I'm just doing that for my brand of music, the good music.
There's a lot of different good music. Every genre has its good music, pretty much. There's at least one thing that'll get you moving in every single genre of music, no matter what it is. Whether I like to admit it or not, there's at least one song in every genre that you're like, all right, yeah, I kind of like this. So you can't just you can't say shit like that.
Well, I mean, as I'm saying though, it's like where it's good music, where it's like my preferred music. I guess I should have said.
Yeah, I was about to say that. It's
like
your
because I did a top 10 greatest DMX songs. I love DMX. I love D12. Like I've done a top 10 best DMX songs to celebrate him being released from jail.
I remember that.
That was a great top 10, by the way. Took people by surprise. They're like, damn, he listens to that? Fuck yeah, I do. And I still stand by it. I'm a Bang is still his #1 track. You've never heard the song I'm a Bang?
No.
Okay.
No, I mean I have, but I'm making sure you're done.
Yeah, I'm done. I was actually trying to see what we're going to discuss next.
What do we got?
So I was going to talk to you about this because this is another event that I will not be attending. It's Lethal Weekend, 3-day event. We got Shaggy Tudo, Riff Raff, other people, I guess. You want to talk about who that is?
At Lethal Weekend?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I wish I could be going to this because it's got so many of the homies that are going to be at there. Trey Pound is going to be there.
Yeah, I fuck with Trey Pounds. A matter of fact, I'm told that I'll be reviewing his new album, so I'm really excited to do that.
Didn't you just get that today?
I just got that. As I'm sitting here right now, my phone went off to let me know that I got the notification that the album has been delivered to me. And I'm really excited. I really am. I love Trey Pounds. I got nothing but love for the guy. And guess what? He's a juggalo. Would you know it?
Well, yeah.
So am I not?
So then how are you going to have love and hate at the exact same time?
Okay, so I'm glad you asked.
And why target all of this hate right now?
So, as I stated, I love the old school juggalos. Trey to me is an old school juggalo where he's kind of like cool, chill, and mellow. But these other juggalos, man, they came around right around the time of like people say the Wraith. I argue Bang Pow Boom with Juggalo Island and Miracles and shit like that. But when I look at like the old school juggalos and what it meant to me, like when I was growing up, is by definition, if you look it up on Google, it is fans of the Insane Clown Posse. So it was like, oh, hey, man, you like Great Malenko? Yeah, but I prefer the Juggle Brothers. Malenko was better. All right, let's sit down for 2 hours and discuss it. Like, it was like, I felt like it was a whole different world, man. And now it's just becoming like a hippie movement almost. It's really weird to me. There's people like, the movement saved my life. Great on you. What about something that like changes your life? Because while it might have like saved your life, which I never understood that. There's just things that help you get through some tough shit. Music has a way of doing that.
Definitely.
We agree on something. That's amazing.
We agree on a lot of shit. Shut up. We agree on a lot of shit.
Hey, what's going on in the chat real quick?
What do we got going on over there? We got people running around and shit.
How's the chat? Are we?
Am I back now? Alright, I guess Sid has, I don't know where he went. I don't know where the fuck he just went. But it's been an interesting, day for us. I picked him up, and he was, like, running down the side of the road. And, like, jumped in the car. And then we had to come here to the undisclosed location. So, can I get the chat so I can just talk to everybody in the room and see what they think? He went to change his gloves? Let me get this. Hold on. I'm going to talk to everybody for the rest of this episode. Because that was a little bit... Alright, what the hell is going on? Sid, yeah, I hope he comes back. Wow. So, I hope you guys at least have a good fucking day. A lot of people are hating Sid on here right now. He has got people enraged. It's been and yes, I am fucking, I ate a Medible. Our sponsor is awesome. Once bitten, twice baked. It makes some amazing shit. And I had one before we started the show. And I was not expecting today to go the way that today has gone today. So I'm just going to try to roll with it. But yeah. A lot of you are really upset right now. I can't believe that today has happened. So I'm going to try to talk about Lethal Weekend at least and move on to something else because today has been absolutely insane. I don't know why. Nobody prepares me for these things. Nobody tells me anything. It's a little upsetting. I go all these places. Well, yeah, that happens sometimes, but nobody told me about today. Nobody told me about how he had this whole agenda. And even on the way... Yeah. What the fuck? That's the only thing that I could say. What the fuck? Hey, absolutely not. Anybody that is in here saying that we support racists or anybody in here is racists. I know for sure I am not racist as fuck. Or racist as fuck because I wear crosses or anything. I'm pretty sure he's not racist because he just doesn't really like anybody at all. But he just has really fucked up point of views on a lot of different things. I don't know where Sid went. I was looking at the wall over here because we got a lot of really cool stuff. And then I turned around and he was gone. So I really don't know exactly what happened. He might have gotten pulled. Maybe you guys should... Can anybody find... Uh-oh. If you can find Sid, can anybody just let us know, please? Like, if you've got to do one of those hashtag things or whatever, hashtag find Sid. He's gone. I don't know what happened. I just heard pounding, and there's dogs barking. It's been crazy. I gotta get home. I'm just gonna go to bed. I'm a little too stoned for all of this craziness that's going on with him and everything. Oh no, I'm getting prepared to go. The gathering is just, I'm getting ready. It is coming up too close and coming up quick, but I'm finally getting everything ready to go and see everybody and hang out with all the people for an entire week. I'm just a little dumbfounded by today altogether to even really concentrate on anything. I'm just don't kill Sid. If you do find him, don't kill him. Even if you like just hit him one time, don't kill him. He means well. I think. Don't don't hurt the poor little guy. How little was I? Oh, it's because I'm like crunched up. I think possibly. I don't know. Like I said, that Medable is really, really fucking good. It got me stoned as hell. And then Sid came at me with all of this. Today.
Well, we pulled the chat room and asked if we should make Sid go to the gathering.
Yeah.
And they said yes. So I guess we'll just tell him he has to go or he has to stop fucking with RoX-TV.
They're gonna. Don't kill him, guys. Don't kill him. For real. Don't kill him. That's all I'm asking. But we gotta find him before we can send him to the gathering. We don't know where he's at. If they think that we should send them to the gathering, we gotta find his ass first. Dude. I was looking at the wall, man. Alright, so find Sid, send him to the gathering. For real. Okay, like, help this boy. Help this boy. Don't kill him, but help this boy. He needs help. We'll get him help. It's okay. Crazy day. Anybody else? Let's look at this chat one more time. Sid hates the gays. Oh, we're getting boycotted. Yeah, I don't know what happened today, guys. I agree, guys. This is crazy. I almost, yeah. I'm starting to agree with you, Lord Loser. Alright. I know. We got sponsors. Let's hear from them. And close this off. Because this has been a crazy fucking day and I gotta fix this shit somehow. I gotta fix...
RoX-TV. We're more than just a show. We're a network. For more RoX-TV, visit youtube.roxtv.com.